Alrighty guys, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I am still working on an Echo Glens 501. Got the port work done. Went fairly spicy on it, didn't go crazy or nothing, but I figure I'll show you the port work. Opened up the lowers like I do, raised both of them, made them both bigger. The transfers are sitting at 123. The exhaust is 101. And this one, the intake landed on 77. That shocks me. Normally they land on 80. So there must be something. Because you can see here where, the nick is still on the bottom. I typically, after the machine work, they land, 78, 79, 80. If I get crazy with them, I've had them land on 84. But this is the port work I chose to go with. On these 4910s, if you're looking for just a little bit more mid-range torque, I'm pretty sure I covered it in one of my videos, but maybe I didn't. I'll just recover it. When you raise this one, wish it would clear up. When you raise this one, the secondary, don't take this setup out right here. This puts a flip in the air charge, and it really helps with the broadbandness of the saw. Echo engineered that in there for a reason. A lot of times I will leave that on work saws. If it is like a racer, I'll take it out. But this should be a very, very good running saw. He kind of tore this thing apart and sent it back with rings in the bag, and the flywheel's loose, so I got to do the flywheel's just sitting on there. I guess seems how it's loose. I'll do a mild timing mod. These, if you're not pushing the limits, these do not like much timing mod. Maybe 2 degrees at most, otherwise you'll get a bad pop because the coils in these have a steep timing curve, so in the range of where the saw is loaded at, it'll be too much timing, and in the range of like racing, you don't have enough timing. So just after the steep curve, way up high up top, the curve starts to fall back off again. And that's why I've been currently working on a different flywheel and coil setup for one of my racers that I'm not going to show much on that until I get it all sorted out. And if it ends up working, I might show it, and if not, I might keep it in the arsenal for my race saws. But some stuff I give out 90% of my stuff. Some stuff, if I compete with it or whatever, I might not give it out. And you guys got to understand. I mean, that's, I've put in this chassis of saw, there is 5 things you can do real simple to get 5.5 horse, and I've put and showed the builds all the way up to 6.23, and I don't think I've put there's if you surf through enough of my 4910 and 501 videos, the numbers, the port work, the design, how I did it, you can get 6.23 horse out of these. That information's out there. I don't recall which video it is, but it is out there. That's a pretty healthy 501, but typically anywhere between 5.2 to 5.5, most people are just absolutely thrilled with for a daily, everyday beat the crap out of, get the job done, knock the crap out of a stock saw build. But I've pushed these as far as 7.4 horse. I have a few other things that I'm hoping are going to be going through in the works in the future, where we might be getting some high performance parts for one of these, and then that'll be going in one of my race saws. And if that turns out good, it should allow me to get even more radical with my port work in these. So on today's brand new saws that they produce, the 501 and 4910, well, they discontinued the 4910 now, but the 501 slash 4910, these things are your best bang for the buck. And then after porting, they showed the most significant increase in gains. And I'll say it again, if you're wanting stock power, it's hard to beat the 550 out of the box for stock. You know, if you're just keeping everything stock or mildly muffler modded. The 550s are just brutal. Ported the most I've ever gotten out of a 550, 6 horse. Got 6 horse out of a 261. And you can get 6 horse out of the Mark 1s, the 550 Mark 1s too. You just gotta tack it a little harder. Yeah, these things are absolutely phenomenal. But I believe he's already modded the carburetor. I am not going to flow the carburetor on this one. I'm going to leave the carb stock with what mods he's already done to it. He wanted a stack filter made for this. I don't know if I got a piece of material or not. Yeah, I do not have a chunk of aluminum. I've been meaning to take my junk cylinders over to my buddy so he can melt them down and pour them into some soup cans for me. So I got some blanks to make some more of them. That's what I do with my junk cylinders. I save them, and then the junk pistons and cylinders my buddy melts down and makes me blank aluminum. Well, sometimes we pour it in a pipe or whatever. You know, we make just round molds of certain size stuff so I can build stuff on the lathe with it. It's kind of porous. It doesn't turn out the greatest, but for air filter bases and stuff like that and velocity stacks, it's fine. But I got to muffler mod this thing. I got to work on putting it together. So I think the next hurdle is the muffler mod. He's already modified this piece, so I got to clean it up a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. It looks pretty good. It should run fantastic. So I have a stock. I have a brand new, well, it's only made a couple test cuts. I have a stock 4910 that we'll be able to do a test and comparison against this. I think he wanted to see it up against a stock one. So I got to get over to the Amish and get some more test wood. Yeah. So I'm going to call this a video. As tired as I am, I might call this a night out here right now. I might get a little bit of sleep before I got to deal with Dad. And then sometime later today I will resume on this project. But yeah, it's got 25 thousandths squish. We cut 45 off the base. And it was 101, 123, and 77. So, should be a fun saw. Alright, you guys take it easy and have a good one.